Hi everyone, welcome to the next episode of Website is Not Enough short interviews with experts. Today we have Daniel with us, and first question, as per usual, I'm going to ask Daniel to introduce himself.
Absolutely. My name is Daniel Brenneman. I came into the marketing world through the way of graphic design. So I was a graphic designer for 7 years at an agency, did work for several Fortune 500 companies, and worked my way up through that, and then ended up transitioning to work for a large church down here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and went in there and did a number of roles. Did graphic design, did a lot of marketing strategy, and then during COVID, ended up doing some project management and ultimately getting into email marketing. Now, through this whole journey, I had a writer that came in at the exact same time I did, named Tyler Spiegel. And throughout this journey, we really developed a great relationship. And he ended up being marketing director when I got into the email marketing role. And so he and I just always had this great relationship. And halfway through the experience there, we were tasked with some trying to figure out how to come up with some retention measures. And so what we did was we created a framework where we mapped out each touch point in the church and assigned a customer journey value to it. And we began to understand where there were some large gaps where people weren't feeling seen, known, and understood. And in that, we ended up making a framework out of it and calling it the empathy map. And so all of that story to tell you kind of where we're at today, where we created a company called the Empathy Marketing Company. And we were looking at that framework and said, man, there's a lot to be done here. Marketing has really made a turn into being somewhat manipulative, very driven towards the sale and not much towards anything afterwards. And so we created a company to try and bring about marketing again that helps serve those people seek to serve instead of just trying to get a dollar out of them. And so, we've gone through different iterations of this. We've done a lot of coaching, consulting in the brand space. Have a couple courses that we've created and sold, but we are actually now working on something we call our Empathy Marketing Academy, where we are teaching founders, we're teaching small business owners how to do marketing in a way that is helpful for them, that serves the people they seek to serve, but is also makes sense of it, kind of calms the chaos and the fog that often comes with marketing. And so that's something we're working on right now. Haven't quite launched it yet, but it is something that we're super passionate about. And that is a little bit about where I came from, what we're doing right now, and on the day-to-day, we're just getting all of that going.
Oh my God, that sounds so amazing. I'm so looking forward to seeing that launch, and of course we can include some links underneath the video so everybody else who is interested can get on board. Now, second question.
Absolutely.
This question is the same for all my experts. If website is not enough, what else matters from your perspective?
Anything beyond website is your positioning, your messaging, and just the brand in general. What experience, what connection are you creating? I think a lot of people look at brand and think it's logo or it's marketing materials or look, feel. And that's a large part of the brand look and feel. But the brand itself is the connection point that you make. It's how are you connecting with the people you seek to serve? And the websites, the emails, the ads, all of that, those are signals. In my mind, those are signals that I connect with this type of person in this type of way. And if I haven't defined who that is or who I am through my mission, my vision, values, purpose, all of that, then I'm going to have a hard time signaling anything to anybody that converts in a way that I want it to convert, which makes it really hard to build a business that I want to build. And so while the website it's like the anchor, it is the island that everything flows from. It has to be a purposeful island and not something floating in the middle of the Pacific when everyone's over in the Atlantic. And so that is, to me, one of the most important and foundational things to understand when you are talking about website is not enough. And honestly, it's one of the things that drew me out of the design world, because very similarly to you, Aggie, I looked at design and said, man, design's not enough.
Yeah.
The strategy, the purpose, everything behind it, all the thinking that goes into planning, is what makes the design effective. It's not the design. And so that really drew me up into that space as well. So I'm right there with you. I totally understand where you went and where your mindset was.
Brilliant. It sounds like you've got a breadth of experience across the board, really. And I'm really glad to hear that we are onto something here. Now, the final question is something you are an expert in, and this is, I think, what your new community is all about. And the question is, how to become the brand that everybody knows and loves?
Absolutely. So this is going to be the foundation of what we teach. And we're also going to teach more about the marketing tactics and everything, because people will need to know that as well. But having this purpose, this foundation is so paramount. And I think that's where you have to start. It's understanding who you are. Like I said just a minute ago, the purpose, the mission, the vision, the values, understanding your brand personality. We thought that like understanding yourself was so important. We even came up with a brand personality quiz. That's a fun little, 10-question quiz where you can figure out, oh, I tend to operate in this way or that way from a business standpoint, from a marketing standpoint. And I know that I could do this thing forever and this thing's going to wear me out. And so when you begin to understand all of that, you begin to shape who you are. And then when you start to understand who you are, you're able to begin to formulate your theories and methodologies on the pain and the pain, the promise, and the product. So the pain, what am I solving for people? Most likely it's going to be something that I've experienced myself. I'm a big believer that your life experiences inform your calling, that the struggles you've had, the pain you've had are what are going to help you be effective for those coming behind you. So what's that pain? What's the promise that I make that actually solves that pain? And then what's the product that is going to carry them from the feeling of pain to that feeling of success? And I think when you understand that level of knowledge, that who I am, what I'm solving, and how I'm solving it, you are able to live in that singular space and build on that foundation over and over and over again. And I think where brands become compromised is when they begin to stretch so wide and try to solve all of these different problems, all these different things, and speaking about it in so many different ways that aren't connected. There is nothing to tie down to. There's no anchor. And so when you create that anchor and that singular connection that people know who you are and how they connect with you, that is the foundation of a great brand. And so that's what I believe, how you actually take what you want to do, what you know, and your unique set of experiences and perspectives, because no one else has any like you, and create that.
That's all fantastic, Daniel. Is there any other resources, tips, or helpful advice that you could share with our audience right now?
Absolutely. So there is one framework that we use that we give away. We want people to download that we have found to be super helpful for almost 1,000 people that we've had downloaded already. But it's called our 5-minute marketing plan. And what it does is it walks you through a lot of those foundational steps, the mission, vision, values, the purpose, the building blocks of your positioning, and then just has a little bit of a guide on how to walk some of those out and actually put those into practice. And it's a really cool framework because it's laid out in what we call our heart, head, and hands framework. The heart being the core of who you are, the head being your processing, your positioning, your understanding, and the hands being how you carry it out. So it's a lot of fun, really easy to understand, and I think it gives a lot of clarity. So there is that one resource that I think will be super helpful.
Fantastic. We're going to include a link to it underneath the video so everybody can get onto it. And again, thank you so much for the call. It's been so much fun. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, Aggie. I really appreciate it. Enjoyed talking to everyone. This is so much fun for me. I just love it.
Wow, wow, wow. How amazing was this interview with Daniel? If you enjoyed it, please save it, please share it, please comment underneath. We are here to start a conversation. We are here to help each other. And if you feel like you've got something you could share with our audiences and you'd like to appear on the episode of Interview with Expert website is not enough, please do get in touch. I love speaking with experts. I love sharing the knowledge. I love helping people. And if you do, please reach out to me. You can contact me on LinkedIn. It's Aggie Dymarska. Website is not enough. Let's get it going. Let's record the interview and share some good knowledge with people who need it.